Right, it's first week of February and I'm in my potting shed, and one of the things I do this time of year is I get my chili peppers growing. They normally need a long season, so I do them, and I plant the seeds now in early February in a heated propagator. um, and I'll show you what I've got here. If you look, this is my tent area with the artificial light, and those trays there are also heated. So I've turned them on. They don't take much electricity, and they do bring seeds on really well. And I'm going to go and plant these seeds now today. What I've got here is it's just a standard seed tray. I'll plant too many. I will sow too many of them because it's always good to have more, and you can always give them away then if you don't need them. But if they don't come, then you've also got a bit of insurance. I've got some normal garden compost, which I'm just pushing through the sieve in order to get rid of the big lumps, because with these seeds, you don't want them to have to push against too much. You want them to be able to just pop their heads above the soil. So I'm going to sieve this, and I'm going to add some vermiculite just to assist with the drainage. So I'll get the compost ready first. And there we go. You're just left with some of the big bits and pieces. Okay, so next bit is a couple of handfuls of vermiculite. Just move that up the way. And that just helps with the drainage, because these things, you keep them damp and moist and germinate, but they don't need much more than that. Right, so there's my compost. This seed tray, I'm just looking now to see whether I've got a smaller one. I'm probably going to do half of this, because I'll plant a couple of seeds in each. So, and then you just take the best. So I'll probably fill half of this, and I've got tomatoes to do shortly, so I'll use the other half for tomatoes. In fact, I will fill both ends, even though the tomatoes can be done in a few days, because at least in the propagator the soil will start to warm up. Pop it in that to make it a bit sturdier. Right, so I've got 2 lots of seeds. These are cayenne pepper, and they're long. They start off green, but they go red. But you can take some off as green as well. These are quite hot, very good. I freeze a lot of these. And the other variety I've got jalapeno, which I tend to pick at green. They do go red if you let them, but they're really, really nice. So let's have a look on the seeds I've got here. What's the packet say? It says moist, germinate, don't sow too deep, so can sometimes run out with water. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do first. I'm going to water this and then sow the seeds on top and then cover them with a bit of vermiculite. That's how I'm going to do it. Right, that's been watered. And that's to save, because these seeds are so small, if you put the seeds on then water them, the chances are, if you're a bit rough with the watering, you'll wash them all off. So that's why I do it this way. Right, I'm going to put, let's start with 2 seeds. So 2 seeds per gap. So that's 1, 2. Just moving back there. There we go. So on the diagonal, if I have any more, I'll go back round and add another. But we shall see how well. In fact, no, I'm going to increase it to 4. So I can have a row of jalapeno. And then I'll do 1 or 2 rows of the cayenne ones as well. Even if they do all germinate, I'll have a load of plants, and like I say, I'll give them away to other people. But I'm hopefully guaranteeing some germination by planting so many. Right, so these are the cayenne. I will label them because I always forget what's what, but just to remember that right hand side's a jalapeno. So let's do, we put 4 in each of these for the cayenne ones. What I'm going to do before I put some vermiculite over the top, I will just press the seeds down on the soil just to make sure there's a good contact, because whilst the soil's damp now, you just want to make sure that when they get their heat and light, they're ready to go for a week. Right, so as I said before, I'm just going to touch the seed, make sure it doesn't stick to your finger, just to make sure it's got contact with the soil. There we go. Oh, that one's come up. Let's put it back down. There you go. And then, in order to, the reason I put this, I put vermiculite over the top, is when they come up, often they're in a damp environment because obviously it's hot and humid, and this helps prevent what's called damping off. It's where the soil against the stem that sticks up is damp, and it causes the stem to rot. So all of a sudden, your nice seedling that's popped up just keels over and dies because it's damped off and sort of, in effect, rotted at the point of the thing. If you use a bit of perlite or vermiculite like this, it's what it does. It helps prevent that happening. It's a little bit on these plants. It's mainly happens with cucumber. So when I get the cucumbers, which is about a good month away yet, this is quite important, and it saves them damping off. Anyway, there we go. So a couple of signs. Right, so that's a jalapeno. That's a cayenne chilies. I'm gonna pop one of these over them. There we go. And then I'm going to move them now. If I just move my camera so you can see, I'm going to move them to my hot tray. So this is my hot tray. In it goes. Got a thermometer here showing me what the temperature is. Now these have just been put on, so I'll keep an eye on that. And I've got my growing light. So we shall pop them in there. And close that up, and hopefully, let's see what it says. Seedlings appear 7 to 21 days. So hopefully those will pop up in about a week to 2 weeks.